Cause she used to like take me for granted. I'm like, I'll go.
Know your worth, girl. Know your worth.
Yeah, I knew my shit. Got your ass. Check that bull. What's up, Rollies?
It's the Benz fam,
and
we are back with another video. Yay! Got my little cold pressed juice.
Me too. So we doing some grown and sexy, grown
And sexy. You got her cute too.
I'm grown, girl.
Oh, you're grown.
We want to talk to y'all about relationship issues that we personally had and why we broke up. Because there's been a lot of issues we haven't told y'all about. Some of them are big, some of them are little.
Some of them seem like too much to be, like too much to accept. And I think they're like common relationship issues.
And it's all a process. Can you even see my eyes?
Yes.
Rewind. The first time we broke up, what was that one over? What was the story behind that?
So I can't say that these are in order because I don't necessarily know them in order. I just know the times. But like I'll try to put them in order, but I just don't know if that I can really do that.
That's why you're Pinky and I'm the Brown.
I'm Pinky.
I know.
Oh.
See? That's why
yeah,
you're Pinky.
that's why I'm Pinky.
That's why you're Pinky, baby. You make the brain.
I'm the brain.
You make the brain.
I usually am the brain, you guys. Breastfeeding is getting the best out of me.
I'm just teasing you.
But anyhow, first time we broke up that I can recall, I believe I lied to you.
We had a previous conversation and she told me one thing and then we were having another conversation and she slipped up and told me something else. So I was like, asked her again and she lied again.
And then I think you was like, I'm gonna give you one more chance to tell me the truth because I know. And then I told you the truth. I came to see you. You were like, you need to come over here. She was like, get out the car, let's go toes. And I'm like, I'm not getting out of the car and going toes with you in your grandma's front lawn. And I was like, get out of my car. And she was like, if I get out of the car, I'll never talk to you again. And I was like, okay, then get out.
Yeah, that's when I smushed your
That's when she smushed my head against the window. And then I was like, okay. I'm like, cause you're gonna do that one more time and I am gonna get out and fight you and I'm gonna whoop your ass in your grandma's front lawn. And then she was like, it's over at this point.
And I got out and she drove down the street and I got on the phone and I was like, you better come back here right now. If you don't come back here, I'm never talking to you again. And then she came back. So that was a quick little break.
That was a quick little breakup. That didn't last very long. And then the next time we broke up, baby was mad at me about something. I don't know what she was mad about. And she like wasn't talking to me.
I feel like you're telling a half story already.
Okay, I am telling half story because she had left the state with another girl. And so I was trying to leave that part out.
Let me tell the story.
Okay.
When I met her, I had a situationship that was going on. I didn't live here. So I was going back to the state that I was in with the person that I was in the situationship with. So that was nothing new.
And they were staying together.
It was like, so I was being 100% honest with her and telling her that I had to go back, so that I had to go back. So I had a whole business in this state, so I had to go back. Like I was out here probably for a holiday or something.
And so obviously when she told me she was going back, the energy in the relationship shifted a little bit. And
I didn't even know we was together at that point.
Yes, you did. Yes, you did.
What are you gonna tell me?
Because you did. You didn't know we were together?
I didn't know we were together for a long time.
You knew we were together at that point. You knew we were together.
I feel like the energy's getting a little...
Yeah. Anyhow, she knew we were together. Don't let her lie to you. Or herself. You did. You knew. Because I remember. So, anyway.
You tell me?
That we were together?
Yeah.
You knew we were together.
Oh, okay. Anyway.
Okay, so watch how the story flips. Okay, so it's obviously as soon as she tells me that, the energy shifted a little bit, but I was still trying not to be bothered because, like she said, it was like a situation that was kind of dragging on. I knew about it. She was being honest. So I'm acting funny or whatever. And so then she like something happened where she got mad at me and quit talking to me. And so I'm like, okay, I'm not stupid. Like you tried to start a fight with me so that you could be out there with your little bitch. And y'all could just be.
That's the dumbest technique.
What?
Start a fight so you can go do.
Because she wasn't talking to me. She literally had me on silent treatment. Wouldn't answer the phone. Wouldn't answer my text messages. So I'm like, okay. No, it was. You wouldn't talk to me. No, you wouldn't talk to me. She didn't talk to me for like 3 days, right? And I was calling her, texting her. She wouldn't talk to me. And then finally on the 4th day, she started talking to me again. and she was being short. My sister had come back from Vegas, and my sister was leaving back to Vegas. She was driving, and she's like, do you want to come? And I'm like, I don't know. And then she finally started talking to me, and she was being short, and I'm like, I'm not about to sit up in my house and be stressed out over her. So
she was like, it's time
I'm going to Vegas with my sister then.
That's where the games came in.
Of course, she don't call me. Like, I haven't talked to her on the phone for like the whole week, right? And when we were talking, she was texting me. So even when she was being short, it was all text messages. No phone calls whatsoever. And then we're in the car driving, and I get to
mind you,
George.
We had talked between this time, and she never mentioned that she was going to Vegas.
Because it was a last minute thing that I was going to Vegas. And like I said, she was being short with me. So I didn't feel like I owed her any explanation. She was out there with a bitch.
Were we together?
Yeah, exactly. But so you was mad that I was leaving, but we weren't together?
No, was we?
Yes.
Okay, so just answered your own problem.
No, you just said that you didn't know we were together.
No, but you did.
You know,
you did.
If I know that we're together and you don't know we're together, we're not together. So she calls me finally when I'm like an hour out of Vegas, and she's like, "What are you doing?" And I already know she's about to be mad, and I'm like, "Just putting gas in." And she's like, "Oh, you just getting out of school?" And I'm like, "No, I'm in St. George." You see how she said
just putting in gas? Like, who does that?
She's like, and I'm like, no, I'm in St. George, and she hung up on me. She hung up on me, and I thought it was funny, low-key, to be honest with you. Like, I was laughing and stuff. While I was in Vegas, like, we'd go to the pool parties, and I'd be blowing her phone up, and she had blocked me. And I was leaving her all these voicemails, laughing, and she was so mad.
It was funny. I was like, I will cuss your ass out, better stay off my phone.
And then I posted a picture on Instagram.
She was looking so good too.
Yeah, so she was not answering my phone. She was hella mad. And then finally, I think I came back, and she was like, and I wanted to talk to her, and she's like, I'm gonna talk to you when I get back. And so I was like, okay. When she got back, she tried to break up with me.
How did I try?
Because you didn't. You didn't break up with me, so you tried. We went to About Time and had a drink, and he was like, I can't mess with you if you're doing that kind of stuff. And I was like, okay. That's fine.
Yeah, back then she didn't give a damn. Like, it was always like, so bye, get out then. Okay, I don't care. Fuck that. And I'm like,
that's
oh,
fine.
cool.
And so then I dropped her off at the little bar at Sugar House, and we like said goodbye. And I think I shed like a tear or something. There was like
it was
one
a
tear
fake one. Her eyelash
wasn't fake.
probably,
I don't fake tear up.
Her eyelash probably was in her eye.
It was one little tear.
She had some hot sauce. She was like,
it was one little tear. Then she got out of the car, and then I think she started texting me right after. And anyway, we didn't break up.
Why are you acting like I'm the only one that ever broke up with anybody?
Because you are.
You was always leaving. You didn't have to say you was breaking up. You was always
you
leaving.
was always being very clear that you was breaking up with me.
But you was always out the door like, oh, well, I'm leaving. Well, I'll leave. Well, I don't care. What can be over.
So this time was funny. I don't exactly remember like what we broke up over this time, but I remember I was in the gym on the treadmill, and she broke up with me. She like sent me a text message or whatever, like we were breaking up. And so so it like maybe like 20-30 minutes went by, and I really felt like I was being mature about this situation, and like it came upon my heart. And so I sent her a text message and was like, I really just want to say thank you for the lessons that you've taught me, and I really appreciate the impact that you've had on me in my life. I really feel like you've helped me grow into a better person in this short time knowing you, and I just really thank the universe that our lives crossed paths.
And you text the wrong one.
And I'm just so grateful for the time that I've had to know you. She was so mad. She said, so I was feeling like this was a good text message. Baby texted me back and was like, don't text me ever again. No, I'm pretty sure she said, you lose my number. Something along those lines. And I remember sitting on the bench because I was doing abs, and I bust out laughing. I thought that was so funny. I think she continued to cuss me out or something.
Because like her attitude that she had, that was the worst text she could have ever sent me.
And then anyway, we didn't break up.
It wasn't sincere at all.
That was sincere. I really was grateful that I knew you.
So when we got engaged, she gave me my ring back like twice. And then on the second time was when I was coming to get the U-Haul to move into my new business. And she came outside and was like trying to hug me, and I was looking like, who are you? And I guess she had gone to a psychic, and the psychic had told her that I did love her and that I was good for her. And so it took witchcraft to get her in her right mind. Whitney wasn't the type to say that we break up. She's more of like, bye, here's your ring, bye. Like,
yeah, that's true.
We attempted to break up several times.
Were there any other times that
we've had our ups and our downs and our breakups and our fake ups and our makeups and all that? So my advice to you is that if you feel like the relationship is important to you
and it's meant to be,
then you need to work on it. It's gonna take work.
But you can't be the only person working either.
No, you can't, and it's not gonna come easy. So sometimes you need to bring a third party in, like a counselor or even an adult that you know that's in a marriage or in a relationship and been through it, because age is wisdom.
Yes.
And when people have been through stuff, they can relate to you, and you might think that they're gonna judge you or whatever. Everybody's been through stuff that you probably don't even know about.
Yes,
they don't talk about it, but they've been through it, and they would love to advise you and help you and give you a different point of view. So I think that's important.
And another thing, like, this is something that baby taught me, and it took a long time for me to really grasp the concept, but even if you're damaged, and even if you're like how I was, and it's just like, hey, well, if this isn't meant to be, it'll just go, and I'm not gonna fight it, and I'm just gonna let everybody go because everybody's gonna leave eventually anyway. If something's important to you, you really do have to fight for it. And baby taught me about fighting for it, what that means. It means something. Act like it means something. Put a little effort into reconciling a situation, and if you're wrong, apologize. That was important for me. So for people who are like how I was, like, you have to recognize when somebody is really genuine with you and they really love you and they want to love you, and when you mess up, you need to apologize, and you need to acknowledge that you have to grow. And sometimes that means individual counseling for one of the people or both of the people, so that you can work through whatever past issues have you basically transferring somebody else's nonsense on to them, like they're gonna do to you what somebody else did to you. I think the biggest reason why we've been successful in our marriage is just the reality that we are a work in progress, and that we need to grow individually and as a couple.
And don't get us wrong, at one point we both thought, okay, this isn't gonna work. This is gonna require so much, and it's just not gonna work. Change takes time. So when you invest in a relationship, if you feel like you don't have the time, you don't have the patience, it might not be the relationship for you. It might.
And it took a lot of patience for her dealing with me. One, I was a lot younger than her. And two, I had a lot of like baggage that I came with, just from like childhood to teenage years to adulthood. Just a lot of nonsense people that had me really like just feeling like you can't trust people. People ain't gonna be there. People don't mean anything that they say. It's okay to lie. All of these different things. And so she was patient with me and allowed me to make changes and to grow. And that's how we got here now. But she's had to grow a lot too.
Yeah, she taught me about accepting people on the level that they're on, because that's all she knew. So for me to expect her to know different and have different outlooks, it was like that didn't make sense, because that's all she knew. That's the people she surrounded herself with. That's the relationship she had. So why would she have my same outlook? You know, you kind of got to be willing to teach people and teach them what you're about, what you know, what your feelings and thoughts are, and then you can find a balance to where you guys can, you know, feed off of each other and help each other in different aspects. And that's golden. Like, it really is. Like, that's what I like about us being opposite, is that we have so much opposite stuff to give to the other person.
Yeah, it really does create like a real legitimate balance. Right. Luckily, by the time I got baby, she knew what she wanted, and she knew that she wanted like a long relationship, and she knew that she wanted me. So her and I never really got into the games, thank God, because one of us would have went to jail had we been on the games, because yeah, that would have been all bad. But luckily, baby knew what she wanted, and she wasn't playing. And so even though I was still playing, it's hard to play with someone who's not playing back.
That's true. And another thing is that I know a lot of y'all are young. I would say, and this is just my personal opinion, until you're 25, just live, just date. You know what I mean? You might be in this relationship that you think is everything, and it's your life and it's your future, but 25 and up, things start to get real, and they start to get real different. Your values change, you change.
Although I was 23 when I met you.
Were you?
But yeah, but I had a kid.
You were 23, but it took to about 25 to us to see the changes.
25. Yeah, that's true. For me to mature enough to be like, yeah, that's true. That is true.
So I mean, until then, don't be too hard on yourself. Don't get in a relationship and break up and think that your life is over, and that was, you know, your
the best
life.
you're ever gonna have.
Like, life goes on.